would you please welcome the host of 1,000 to 1, the one and only Dale Winton.
Good evening and welcome once again to 1001, the Comic Relief Quiz. Well, do you know, we're now only 22 days away from the most important date of the year. Friday, March the 16th, Red Nose Day! That's right. There are only 3 weeks left to what promises to be the biggest, brashest and most record-breaking Red Nose Day ever. So to get you in the mood, we're here to play the biggest quiz on telly, 1000 to 1. Now, last week we got our first grand finalist, David Phillips from Wigan. And tonight, here are another 200 red-nosed know-it-alls, all hoping to become the one lucky winner to take home an incredible 1,000 prizes! That's right, one winner, 1,000 prizes, and not only that, besides that bank full of booty, there's another whopping pile of prizes that will go to comic relief projects in the winner's home area. So, you're not just playing for yourselves, you're playing to benefit comic relief right here in the UK. Yes, I can see you all sagging under responsibility already. So, to get to our one lucky winner, we have to ditch 999 along the way. But even the people who leave here with nothing will still be doing something for comic relief, and we hope you will at home too. Here's how it works. Each week, 200 people play for one of 5 places in the grand final. And that final will be on Red Nose Day itself, March 16th. Have a look at our 200 contestants. They've come by trains, planes and automobiles, all with a mission in mind to make it through to our final. But for 199 of them tonight, it will be a mission impossible. Yes, there can only be one. Are you ready to be whittled down? Good, because I love a good whittle. In fact, I got a badge in the Cub Scouts for it. They call me Whittling Winton. I was very popular. Everyone wanted to get their hands on my woggle, I can tell you. So, if you're ready, let's do it. All of our contestants have been divided at random into 8 groups of 25. Now, as you can see, each group is wearing a different coloured sash. It really does look like a Star Trek convention up there, it does. And I can tell a Uhura when I see one, believe me. Now, this isn't a show about bones, it's about brains, because even if you're a Mr. Spock, if the rest of your group are Mr. Blobbies, you don't stand a chance. Here's how round 1 works. I'm going to give you 4 words that are all possible answers to the next set of questions. After each question, please use your keypads to select the answer that you think is the correct one. Now remember, you can choose the same word twice if you want. So, if you're ready, let's play 200 to 25. Here are your first 4 choices, and they're all well-known places. York, Bradford, Leeds and Sheffield. Which one gave its name to a kind of ham? Please vote. Well, you've all voted, and the answer is York. OK, same 4 again. But which one is the author of A Woman of Substance, first name Barbara? York, Bradford, Leeds or Sheffield? Please vote. And the answer is Bradford! You may be confident at the moment, but I might get you on this one. Have a look at those 4 again. One of them is the home of football's Blades and Owls. OK, you've all voted. The answer is Sheffield. Sheffield United's nickname is the Blades and Sheffield Wednesday is called the Owls. OK, now it's time for half of you to say goodbye. Only the quickest and highest scoring 4 blocks can play on, so let's find out who's moving on and who's moving out. So, in the game still purple, red, pink and green. So we're down to 100 contestants, 4 colours left, but who are we going to lose? Well, half of you. Let's see the next options. Here are your choices. Doll's House, Greenhouse, White House, Monkhouse. But which one is a play written by Henrik Ibsen in 1879? Please vote. And the answer is Doll's House. OK. which one of those is the effect created by global warming? And the answer is... greenhouse! And here's your last chance to stay in the game. I wish you luck, as once again I offer you the same four, but one of them is the TV friend of Bernie the Bolt. And the answer is... monkhouse! OK. It's crunch time again. Only the quickest and highest scoring 2 blocks can play on. So let's find out who goes and who's on the nose. Purple and green go, purple and green. We're left with red and pink. So now we're down to just 50, but half of you still have to go. Oh, yes. It's the last question of round 1, and here to ask the question is someone who really knows about winning teams. It's the suave and sophisticated one and only Des Lynam. Hi, Des. What are the options to question 3?
Right, the 4 possible answers to my question are Pele, Borg, Ali, Co.
Thanks very much indeed, Des. And here's your question. Which one of those is the alter ego of comedian Sacha Baron Cohen? Please vote. OK, Des, what's the answer?
And the answer is Ali.
Which of these are the enemy aliens in Star Trek? OK, Des, what's the answer?
Borg.
And now the final question of round 1. Well, we started with 200 able Mabels. Soon we'll have just 25 clever Trevors. So get this right, and you're a quarter of the way to a place in the grand final on Red Nose Day. The question is, which of these is the Hawaiian goddess of fire? OK, let's hear the answer from our expert in the field.
And the answer to that one is Pele.
Thank you, Des. Cheers, Des. We'll see you soon. So, half of you have got to take a dive. Let's now find out who's on the nose and who goes. Well done, everybody. One of our lucky 25 will soon be winning a place in the grand final and have a chance of taking home those incredible 1,000 prizes. The rest of you, I'm afraid, will go home with nothing. But just by being here and taking part, you will be doing something for Comic Relief. And for those of you who still have to come up with some wizard or wheeze for Red Nose Day, I've got 5 fundraising tips. Here are mine for this week. Hold a fancy dress day. Dress up as your favourite superhero or cartoon character.
May I have a vowel, please, Carol?
Yes,
Do a sponsored spelling test.
Now I quite like a trowel.
Pay 5p for every one you get wrong. Stage a lunchtime karaoke. Organise a silly sports day. Pay 50p each to gunge your favourite teacher. Wonderful. Now, don't forget, whatever you do something. There are plenty more ideas of ways to raise money for Comic Relief in the fundraising pack. So get a pen and paper handy, because I'll be giving you the number at the end of the show. Now, there are 25 of you left, but you know what? That's still too many. In round 2, I'm going to be cutting you down to size as we play 25 to 5. Just 25 of the original 200 contestants remain, but only one of them can join me on March 16th for the Red Nose Day 1,000 to 1 grand final. Now, for that chance to win not only prizes for themselves, but also prizes for Comic Relief projects where they live. Now, before we start, I did say earlier I knew you all intimately. So, Fiona Downs, Fiona, welcome.
Hello.
Did you think you'd get this far?
absolutely not. Not for a second.
It's fantastic. So we gave you the right team to join, didn't we, the red team? Now, what is this about Alan Shearer? This one did Alan Shearer a huge favour.
I sang in the church choir at his wedding.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What did you sing?
Oh, gosh, I can't remember for a second. I know he
It was
had...
memorable then.
Extremely.
Well, I wish you luck, Fiona. But then again, you're playing against Frank Loveday. Hello to Frank Loveday. Where's Frank?
That's me, thank you.
Hello,
Hi, Dale.
Frank. You raised 500 quid for Comic Relief doing a squash marathon. What did you squash?
Balls mainly.
Balls mainly, which is fantastic. So you do a lot for Comic Relief, don't you?
We do, yes.
And what I love about you is the fact that you adore your wife, and she looks like a very, well, so you say, a very famous TV star.
Yes, Dawn French.
Is she here today?
What, Dawn French? I hope so.
Well, actually, if you play your cards right, you never know, because if you make it through to the final on March 16th, I reckon you might well meet Dawn on the night.
That'd be nice.
That, I reckon you might well do. Well, you're very welcome, all of you. I wish you lots of luck. Time to lose another 20 of you as we turn the screw and play round 2. 25 to 5. Here's the deal. Until now, you've all been playing as a team, but from this point on, it's every man for themselves. And after every second question, we will lose 5 of you. So to stay in the game, you need to be correct and quick, because in the event of a tie, it's the speed of your answer that will determine your fate. Here are your first 4. Cliff Richard, Rod Stewart, David Bowie and Elton John. Which one of those had the most UK number 1s? Please vote. Which one of those had the least UK number 1s? Please vote. Cliff had the most UK number 1s, and the least number 1s is Elton John. Oh, he's had 4, Rod's had 6, and David Bowie's had 5. OK, so 5 of you have to go, but which ones? If your light stays on, you play on. If it stays out, then so are you. OK, here we go. Another 4 for you. See how well you do on this one. We've got bantam, fly, feather and middle. Which one in professional boxing is the lightest? Please vote. In professional boxing, which of those is the heaviest? You've all voted. Well, the answer for the lightest is fly. And for the heaviest, it's middle. Heaviest, 160 pounds. OK, remember, here we go again. If your light stays on, you play on. 15 of you left. 15 left. It's getting tense. We play on. Have a look at these 4. I offer you the Mirror, the Times, the Daily Mail and the News of the World. But which one of those was published first? Please vote. Which one was published last? The one to be published first was The Times, and the one to be published last, The Mirror. It's crunch time. Who stays and who goes? You can't fight the lights. If it stays out, then so are you. Rebecca couldn't believe it. Rebecca could not believe it. A little shriek of joy there, Rebecca. OK, I'm looking to lose another 5 as we play 10 to 5. We've got our top 10, but we want a fabulous 5. Have a look at these 4. Britain goes decimal. Shergar goes missing. Man first goes to the moon, and Maxwell goes overboard. Them's your choices. But which event happened first? Please vote. Which of these events happened last? Please vote. I can tell you that the first event to happen was man landing on the moon. OK, that was 1969. And the last event to happen was in 1991 when Maxwell goes overboard. So, for 5 more of you, the end is nigh. Brace yourselves. If your light goes out, then so do you. Tell you, only one of these 5 can win a place in the Grand Red Nose Day final on March the 16th. But before that, they've got a moment to catch their breath as we catch up with what's happening all over the UK in the run-up to Red Nose Day. So let's cross over to the nose room and hear the latest Red Nose news as read by Angela Rippon and Harry Hill.
Good evening. This is Red Nose News from the BBC. I'm Angela Rippon.
And I'm Michael.
With just 23 days to go, the country is gearing itself up for the biggest Red Nose Day ever. As the countdown to March 16th continues, early reports indicate that the country is steadily turning red.
In Redruth, Redditch and Redford, there is already huge activity, while a start has been made in Pinkney's Green and Pusey. In Greenock and Bluewater, however, there is still a lot to be done.
It's been a revealing week on the fundraising front, as a modern-day Mr. Pastry has been raking in the dough for comic relief. The only thing safeguarding Andrew Brown's modesty were 136 cakes. Staff paid £1 each to remove the cakes and say, pants to poverty.
That's right, Angela. You could call it pantisserie.
Whatever you decide to do for Red Nose Day, whether you raise £5 or £500, every single pound will go to support projects in the UK and Africa. Now, this principle is known as the Golden Pound. And here tonight, to explain it further, we have an expert in this field.
Well, it's really very simple. This gorgeous pound-shaped cake represents a pound donated to comic relief by somebody in Plymouth who has spent a day wearing their pants outside their trousers, like the Backstreet Boys.
What about all the money spent on fundraising and administration? How much of the cake is put aside for that?
None of it, Ange. Not a single glassy cherry or piece of icing.
You'd think they wouldn't notice just a little slice.
So, in other words, for every pound donated to comic relief, a pound will find its way to the poorest, most vulnerable people in Africa and the United Kingdom.
Correct. You give us a quid, we give away a quid.
I said no! Well, that's all from Red Nose News for this week. From me, Angela Rippon.
And me, Michael Burr.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Waiting!
Thank you. Wonderful. We'll be back with Angela and Harry next week to see if he's changed his pants. So, we started with a terrified 200 and now just a fearless 5 are left. Now, this 5 are just a red nose length away from being tonight's winner and gaining a place in the 1,000 to 1 grand final on Red Nose Day, March 16th. So, it's time to play round 3, and yes, you've guessed it, it's 5 to 2. Well, by the end of round 3, only 2 will be left to play the head-to-head. The other 3 will be long gone. And there are our fabulous 5. Derek, I'm going to say congratulations, because I know that at one point you lost 8.5 stone for charity.
Not for charity, but I lost 8.5 stone.
Right. Now, what are you doing this year?
Well, I'm actually going to do a sponsored diet for Red Nose Day.
Well, give him a round of applause. Derek, thank you. Cheers. Oh, I wish you luck with that, Derek. Sue, welcome. The final 5.
Yeah.
You're wearing the red jacket.
Yeah.
Does this mean there's a red nose on the way?
Yes, we're doing at Job Centre, we're doing a dress as St Trinian's on Red Nose Day.
Oh, you could have come as that today, made an old man very happy. I'm talking about Derek there, of course. Yes, I'll look after you, Derek, and me too. So you're wearing the St Trinian's outfits?
Yeah.
Fabulous. Well, I wish you luck, Sue.
Thank you.
Spencer Clark, I've got a bone to pick with you.
And what's that then, Dale?
Your other half is fed up with you talking about football all the time.
She is indeed. She was moaning about me going to football, so I took her away to France, up the Eiffel Tower on the Sunday. Starts moaning because there's a football match going on miles down below. I was spotting offside off the top of the Eiffel Tower. And that's it. She walks off there, and then next time I see her, it's at the airport, and I've never seen her again after the flight home.
Oh dear, oh dear. But you're very welcome, Spencer. Give him a round of applause. Spencer. Helen.
Hi, Dale.
The final 5, I saw you grinning all the way down from up there, down to there. And then you looked really surprised when you got through.
I was, yes.
But you're very welcome. Helen, good luck. And our final fella in our famous 5 there is Matthew. To get you away from the telly is quite a thing, as I'm told. You never miss. You're obsessed with Friends and the Royal Family.
Yep.
Do you identify with any of the characters?
My girlfriend would tell you, probably Jim Royal.
I see you more as the Monica from Friends, actually. But I wish you well. Matthew. crack on with the games. You each get to start with 50 points, and each correct answer you give earns an extra 20. But if you give me a wrong answer, you lose 10 points. Now, always remember, it pays to be quick, because your voting time is important in the event of a tie. If you're ready, let's start. Here are your first four. Ben Kingsley, Richard Bryars, Joanna Lumley and Kathy Staff. But which one has not appeared in Coronation Street? OK, and the answer I was looking there for was Richard Bryars. Here's your second one. Spaghetti Junction, Venice Beach, Sicilian Avenue and Spanish Steps. But which one of those is in Italy? And the answer I was looking there is Spanish Steps, because they're in Rome. Oh, at the moment, Helen's on 60, Sue's on 60, and the guys are trailing with 30. Let's play on. Have a look at these four. Pelican, Beagle, Dalmatian and Swan. But which one was the name of Charles Darwin's ship? Please vote. And the answer I was looking for was Beagle. Have another look at these four. Prickly Heat, Sunstroke, Hives and Hay Fever. But which one of those is a play by Noel Coward? And the answer I was looking there for was Hay Fever. Let's have a look at those scores. Helen, you're going through with 70. We've lost two of the boys, namely Derek and Matthew. But Sue and Spencer, we have a tie. You both have 40, which means that the computer will decide who answered quickest to find out who's going to go head-to-head with Helen. And the answer is... Sue! Well done. So, Sue and Helen, you're just one round away from a place in the grand final and the chance to win 1,000 prizes. Have you thought what you would do and actually where you would put 1,000 prizes? No? Well, I can tell you, they take up a lot of room. And I've not been able to wipe down my surfaces all week, so I've given them to someone else for very safe keeping. A trustworthy individual who I'm sure will look after them and take great care with them. Have a look at this.
Oh, hello. Nice gear, innit? Oh, it's all legit. I ain't nicked it or nothing. You lot always think the worst, don't you? But I'm a reformed man, I am. Look, this is the deal. Comic Relief have asked me to keep a weather eye over all these prizes for them. It's not a bad little haul, even if I do say so myself. There's this for a start. Look over here. TV, video, computers, CDs, a couple of bicycles, and a year's supply of bog paper. Some good quality stuff. None of your usual market tat. I don't know. If my old Mark could see me doing this, eh? Her son, Nick Cotton, doing his bit for Comic Relief. It's a bit like putting King Herod in charge of a creche. You know what I mean?
Perhaps it wasn't such a good idea to leave them with nasty Nick Cotton. If he's not flogged the lot, one of you could be going home with them in 3 weeks' time. In the meantime, I'll pop them into my box room just to be safe. Oh, and I must say a big, big thank you to the very generous people who donated all those prizes to Comic Relief. Not to mention all the other goodies we've got lined up for Comic Relief projects in the winner's home area. Now, with all those prizes up for grabs, we better find ourselves a finalist. So, I wish you luck. Sue, you didn't think you'd be here, did you?
No.
Done very, very well indeed. And a big fan of, and they'll all applaud because we're all big fans of Chesterfield Football Club, aren't we?
Yes.
I'm not. I see, I'm Arsenal, you see. What is it they call fans? Is it spy rights?
Spy rights, yeah.
So you're a spy right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you've got a spy right next to you, Helen. Helen, I wish you luck too. You're here with, is it Duncan, your husband?
Duncan, yes.
OK. What's this about, taking your parents to Iceland for the day?
No. Well,
you took them all the way there for a day?
They actually took me, yes. We're going again in a couple of weeks, actually.
For a day?
Yes.
It's about 9 hours to get there, isn't it?
No, it's not from Bradford, no. It's about 2 hours from Bradford.
To Iceland?
Yeah.
I thought you meant the country.
Yes, I do mean the country.
You see, I think supermarkets. I can't help it. I don't think supermarkets. Well, I wish you both lots of luck. It's the head-to-head. It's time to get going with this. I'm going to ask you a series of questions against the clock. Now, one of you is just 60 seconds away from a place in the grand final on March the 16th. Now, each question will have 2 options. All you have to do is vote for the one that you think is right. In the event of a dead heat, I shall ask a tiebreaker question until we have a winner. Here are your first 2. Hercules and Ulysses. Please vote. Which one's Elton John's middle name? You both voted correct, Hercules. Plum and Pig. But which one is a Warwickshire drooper? Please vote. You both voted Plum, you're both right. Tibia and femur. Which one is your thigh bone? Please vote. Difference of opinion, femur's right. Benny the Dip and Benny the Bolt. But which horse won the Derby in 1997? Please vote. You both voted Benny the Dip, you're both absolutely right. The Ponderosa and the High Chaparral. Which fictional ranch was the home to the Cartwrights? You both gone Ponderosa, you're both absolutely right. AD and BC. But when was Julius Caesar born? Please vote. You've both gone BC, you're both right. Zag and Zog. But which one was King of Albania? Difference of opinion, Zog's the right answer. 4 and 8. How many eyes does a spider have? Please vote. You've both gone 4, you're both absolutely right. Oh! And the 60 seconds is up. We have a tie, which means we play on until we have a winner. Girls, I wish you the best of luck. 2 more for you. Rock and Core. Which is the international vehicle registration for South Korea? Ah. We have a difference of opinion. The answer I'm looking for is Rock. Helen, you're going through. Well done. You've been wonderful. You did brilliantly. Aww. You've been wonderful. Listen, have a lovely time on Red Nose Day, and thanks for taking part.
Yeah.
Sue. Wonderful. Helen, well done. Congratulations. You have won tonight. This is just the start, because you're coming back on the final, of course. 1 year's family membership to a health and leisure club, which is great. Well done.
Thank you.
And this is a really good one as well. On the way to a comic relief project is this electrical good stash. 1 state-of-the-art phone, 3 digital headsets, a vacuum cleaner, a stereo, a toaster, a microwave, a kettle and a power drill, all going to one of your local areas. Thank you very much, Steve Hanlon. Wonderful teams we've got today, and that's all from us on 1000 to 1 for this week. But in the meantime, don't forget why we're here. You can join us and say Pants to Poverty here in the UK and Africa by phoning for a comic relief fundraising pack. Now, the number will be coming up at the end of the show. And remember, whatever you do, please do something. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Have a good night now. Good night. Please don't forget why we did this tonight. The money you raise for comic relief does change the lives of poor and vulnerable people here in the UK and Africa. Call now for a fundraising pack on 09068 20 2001. And remember, whatever you do, do something.